Yeah. Okay. So, wait, you're selling... Hold on.
Hello
You
again.
just said someone stole every beautiful Liliana book, but you're selling them. You lied to me. Okay. Let's see. What is this? Temptation. Alright, is this Walter? Quick save.
Hello there.
Wait, he's like 5 feet
strange-looking
from the
citizen.
bookstore.
You lost? Or just looking for someone?
I was actually looking for you. You got a bit of a reputation around here.
A reputation? Me? For what? Standing around looking tough?
No, for being Liliana's biggest fan. Funny thing, all the books about her are missing.
Boy, wait a moment. You think I stole those books? Beautiful Liliana is sacred to me, all right? I'd never touch Vrel's stash, I swear. I was saving up for the new volume. Now it's gone? How the hell am I supposed to know what happens to Liliana next? No!
Chat, he collects dirty magazines for the articles. Any idea who might have taken them?
I don't know. But there's this red priest hanging around who loves scaring the crap out of soldiers. Always preaching doom and sin, you know? And you know what's worse? That damn priest saying Liliana's, inspiring moments are why I'll be cursed. He told me I'd grow hair on the inside of my palms. What kind of nutter says that to a bloke? Is that even a thing? Damn brother Ismat got me paranoid.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's a very serious curse, completely real.
You're joking, right? Please tell me you're joking. Inside my palms? Oh no. Oh gods, no. What do I do? Is it gonna spread? Can I hold a sword? I can't live like this. What if it starts itching?
Where can I find this priest?
Oh, he's probably at the Red Church headquarters. That's where they're always praying and doing whatever it is that Red Priests do. Just be careful. The man's got a way of making you feel like you're already cursed. Creepy bastard. See you later.
Alright. What's this one? We got something with...
Always a pleasure to... You're
Oh my
not
God,
here
you're so
to
loud.
talk about the men here, are you? Oh, please say no. I've had my fill of that topic for a lifetime. Oh, there are far more exciting things to chat about. Like treasure hunting, for instance. You got a look about you. I bet you've been to some dangerous places, haven't you? I'm Bonksy, by the way.
Bonksy?
I'm an adventurer myself. I have a few trinkets to sell from my last expedition. Want to take a look?
I heard the Merchants Union wants to invest in the hospital. Are you joining in?
I don't know. I got an offer to supply ingredients for healing potions. But honestly, that doesn't sound very exciting. My adventures are more about leaping over chasms and escaping collapsing ruins than gathering wildflowers.
Rare plants tend to grow in strange places.
Maybe so, but it's still not worth spending as much time on it as Alwyn wants. I could be exploring underground labyrinths or running from guards across rooftops instead.
You know, one thing I don't get about this game, chat, is when it says practicality 7%. Does that mean a 7% chance of success? 7% chance of failure? Because I've had a lot of these, I've clicked on them and they've succeeded. So I really don't know what these mean. No sense wasting a trip. Describe the ingredients on your way through.
That would turn my travels into a list of chores instead of an adventure. No, thank you. I'd rather focus on the experience than constantly think about work. I'll turn Alwyn down. Life's too short for boring stuff like that.
No! Crap.
Oh, hello there.
Well, that's one less investor, I guess. Alright. Temptation. Wait, okay, so... Temptation. Alright, so that's where the dirty old man is. Alright. I'm not gonna just finish the Lies of P DLC. It was fantastic. Got good news for you, Mike. They added some nice elemental weapons to your playstyle. Dude, I have to, like, relearn how to play it. I will say, I inquired to see if a very important potato could get, any game keys for some of the games you guys had recommended recently. I did get one given to me for the altars. Now, I would love to play the Lies of P demo, but, choosing between a game I own and a game I don't own and have to buy, I'm going to choose the one I already own first. So thinking of starting the altars tomorrow morning. Or, sorry, Monday morning. We'll see. So for those of you interested in that, that's the new game from the makers of Frostpunk that has been very well received. What in the... Okay, hold on. I don't know what's about to go down.
Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve.
Alright, I'm just gonna get like 3 dudes out just in case.
Through service. Yes? What reason do you have to interrupt my prayer? What could be more important than this?
I spoke to a soldier who told me you filled his head with some strange notions.
I know which sinner you speak of. I also know he intended to read those books, tainted with lechery. I could not allow that.
He likes it for the articles.
Because I know all too well what they do to minds prone to living in impurity. As I know what that man intended to do, with his sweaty hands panting over the next chapter.
You are imagining far too much.
I have no intention of taking responsibility for what lurks in the shadow of their depraved imaginations. The sin comes from within them, not from me. You will not provoke me.
And what terrible thing do you think he intended to do?
He intended to stain his soul with sin. People who are lost for their entire lives don't even realize they're on a path to nowhere, that each new crossroads only leads them more astray. I only want to protect them from this. I want to ensure that their life's path would have fewer moments of doubt over whether to succumb to temptation or resist it.
You say you know all too well the dangers these books can hold?
Of course. I am a Red Priest, after all. I know much about the struggles of the spirit, about what shatters a person's dignity, about the acts that cloud the mind with a fog.
And make your hands hairy. Let's see. You sound very insecure, almost as if you have something weighing on your conscience.
My conscience is untroubled, thanks to my penance. Leave me. I wish to pray. We are the sanct...
No, we're not done.
Why do you disturb...
I don't like repeating myself. I know you have those books, and you know perfectly well there's someone who wants them back.
And I don't appreciate it when someone interrupts my prayer. Leave. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity. Through purity we serve the people.
Where did he hide these things?
Through service and duty we ascend to holiness. It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruits.
I confirm receipt and payment of the order. This receipt has been issued in 2 identical copies. Delivered goods, a collection of books about Liliana's adventures, themed erotica. Signed by Vrel, owner of the bookstore in Kuanacht.
We are the sanctified martyrs. Through... Why do you...
I wonder if the requisition of these books was carried out in accordance with procedures of the Red Church.
The validity of any Red Church procedures is not for you to judge. We are the sanctified martyrs.
Do I have to fireball this guy?
Strive for purity. Why do you...
I've no patience for you, priest. Speak, or we'll see how you pray with my fist in your throat.
Very bold words. The pain will go, but the grace of Kay that I will receive for my martyrdom will heal me. Could you say the same? I thought so. We are the sanct... Why do you...
I know you have the books.
I stole those books that are thick with words yet imparting no virtue, filled with vulgar, scandalous illustrations. Yes, I stole those.
What did you plan to do with stolen books?
What did I plan? To burn them, of course. That is what Miss Liliana deserves. That is the fate that befalls a rakish infidel.
You want to burn books because they make people horny?
I acknowledge that sin is a natural part of the soul, yet equally natural should be penance. To free oneself from that sin. Chasteness does not come easily, but that is why it is a virtue. Granting oneself relief through such primitive and vulgar acts. Engaging with something as vile as these books. Have you read A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline by Brother Flamen? He makes a proper statement about those types of deviations. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple.
I would gladly familiarize myself with this sermon and then return it to you.
Ah, you wish to have at least the bare minimum for discussion. Excellent. Look around our quarters. You should find that text, along with its perfect complement. A sermon on purity and temperance. We are the sanctified martyrs. Through blood we strive for purity.
I need to study his sermons.
Through purity.
Hearken ye children of the earth to the wisdom that is not of man but of the prophet. For the hands of the righteous must not toil in vanity, nor should their works be consumed by the fires of fleeting desire. Yet it is not the act of the hand that condemns, but the heart that guides it astray. Beware then of selfish indulgence that builds no kingdom, bears no fruit, nor serves the good of others. As the river flows not backward, so should man's spirit strive forward, seeking what is pure and true. Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone. But it is crucial to find holiness where it truly resides, and at the same time discern where excessive zeal is unnecessary. Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. Your time can be put to much better use. For Kai calls not for the denial of the body's workings, but for the elevation of spirit through understanding and grace.
We are the sanctified martyrs.
Alright, seemed like there was multiple things there that said what he's doing is
Through blood
wrong.
we strive for purity.
Let's see. Brothers and sisters, heed this wisdom. The body is a vessel of the prophet's will, and its purpose is not to squander, but to glorify. Hands that stray toward idle pleasures build no temple, for what is taken in secrecy profits not the soul. Let not thy flesh govern thy spirit, for the fleeting flames of indulgence consume the heart's purity, and leave behind only ash. Treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuit for bodily pleasures is like blindness. And a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or to Kai, which makes him barren and forever lost. Yet, the prophet's judgment is not swift, but discerning, full of care and justice at the same time. It is not the act alone that is weighed, but the intent and the fruit thereof. A hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself, but a hand that labors for love and creation walks the righteous path. Know this, the seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of life in the service of greater
We are the
purpose.
sanctified martyrs.
This is so weird.
You have returned. My decision remains unchanged. All of Liliana's books will burn as soon as I finish my prayer.
I've read some of the Red Church sermons.
So, what has someone like you gleaned from them? I am most curious, especially since it's written that a hand that lingers on selfish desire serves no purpose higher than itself. Know this, the seed is sacred, meant not for waste, but for the cultivation of
Everyone,
life
hey Sebastian.
and the service of greater purpose.
What if such a form of satisfaction allows people to meet their needs in a healthy way? Does that not serve a purpose?
Of course it serves a purpose, a vain and impure one. Such self-gratification weakens the spirit and body. It compels the heart to submit to every fleeting whim. Meanwhile, to be men means resisting those whims, holding back the hand from striking, restraining the hand from depravity. How can a man be ready to protect his loved ones if he's so willing to blind himself through sin? Just to remind you, a blind man cannot fulfill his service either to his kin or Kay, which makes him barren and forever lost.
But what about, yet it is not the act of the hand that condemns, but the heart that guides it astray?
I see you didn't stop your reading of Flamen at A Sermon on the Paths of Discipline, and you've cited the perfect passage. That's precisely the point. What ultimately guides the hand to sin is, after all, the human heart ablaze with unchecked desire. The same sermon says, "Remember, therefore, that the gift of life is for sharing and not for consuming alone." Woe, then, to the hearts driven by selfish desire, as those hearts won't listen to the word.
Your language is full of accusations, but what about thus walk not in shame, but in understanding?
I fear that sometimes this tone is necessary in priestly service. We know human nature all too well, do we not? Avoiding an admission of guilt does not mean avoiding punishment. Someone may treat my teachings with disdain, but ultimately, they will still stand before Kay and her word. Your words, however, are wise, and they lead towards reflection.
You quoted that seed is sacred. Perhaps we should treat those subjects as a natural part of our life without unnecessary sanctity.
And there it is, the image of modern humanity, knowing no virtues. Stripping purity from every aspect of life, you kill holiness. And then, in the face of life's hardships, you ask where grace has gone.
That one. I think you allocate sanctity to the wrong things. Quote, but it is crucial to find holiness where it truly resides and, at the same time, discern where excessive zeal is unnecessary.
Do not waste your time searching for trivial problems. It can be put to much better use. Yes, you might be right about that one, stranger. An excellent observation, and a keen use of the passage from A Sermon on Purity and Temperance, I must admit.
What gives you the right to control what a person does with their own body?
This is not about control, my child, but about opening the eyes of those who cannot see. Would it not be better if each of us were ready to receive the prophet's word? A body that succumbs to temptation is a weak body.
Panther, thank you
That
for
is
the prime.
precisely why we
Appreciate
must
that.
maintain
Welcome.
purity, to be ready at any moment to receive the grace of the prophet. As Brother Flamen says, treat your body like a sacred place, not a disgusting brothel, as the pursuits of bodily pleasures is like blindness.
But is it really for you to judge? The same sermon says, yet the prophet's judgment is not swift, but discerning and full of care and justice at the same time.
That is, of course, an astute observation, and proof that you've read the sermon thoroughly. However, I am full of faith that I have been placed on this path precisely to make such judgments in the prophet's name. Still, one could also view it from the perspective you mentioned. Yes. So, dear stranger, where did our little discourse lead you? What about my role in all of this? Where would people be without priests, striving to protect them from sin and impurity?
You desire grace, someone else desires eroticism. Both are fine as long as neither harms another person.
It is true that I myself was not always a priest. I did not always live guided by purity. Did that make me someone who hurt others or a bad person? I believe it did not. That's a thought worth remembering. Enough, stranger. I see you've tried, but I won't debate matters of faith further. I remain unshaken. The books will burn. Now,
What?
let me return to my prayer.
What?
Accept my
Can I pickpocket him? I don't even know if this game has pickpocketing. It just says return to Vril. Okay. Dude, I did all of that and I failed to convince him. Alright, so I need to go back to the bookstore lady and tell her he's about to burn her whole stock. I'm sure this is gonna go well. I like the fireball option. I don't even know if he has them on his person or if he's got a like a hiding spot for them. If he's got them hidden, then I'll never find him with a fireball. Let's see.
Always a pleasure.
Alright, so here's the bookstore.
Before you ask,
Your books are gone. Brother Ismat stole them.
damned red priests. You'd think they'd have bigger problems than a bit of questionable literature. They don't have to like it. But nobody's forcing them to read it either. Well, thanks for looking into it. For whatever it's worth. One more thing. I can see you're alright. And I hope I can trust you. We need to talk.
Don't tell me someone stole the porn again.
No this time. I'm not in the mood to even joke about that. This time, it's serious. A matter of life and death, you could say. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devaine's manor. A Del Rita relic. And I need you to get it for me.
What? What is it?
I need to ask you for something. It's serious. It might even be a matter of life and death. There's a stone tablet in Lord Devaine's
I saw it,
manor.
Windshark.
A Del Rita relic. And I need you to get it for me.
Yeah, you already said that. Why is this a matter of life and death?
The tablet was made by the Theud tribe and given to House Tarion as a token of friendship between the Del Rita and the people of Cunach. It's cursed, I suppose. Look, I'm no Theud. I don't pretend to understand their magic. But I do know the tablet causes nightmares. The thicker the weirdness, the worse they get. And, well, we all know what happened to Lady Maeve. If that tablet killed her, it can't stay in the manor.
If you knew all this, why didn't you say something sooner?
Aye, if I'd known, I would have said something. But I didn't. No until the Stone Wardens reached out to me a while ago, asking if I could petition Lord Devain to return the tablet to the Del Rita. I own a bookshop. I don't exactly have the social standing to march into Yvain's manor and demand he hand over an ancient artifact here.
Where can I find the Stone Wardens?
Give me your map, and I'll mark their camp. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure Kvor will have a little extra something for you too.
Cursed tablets? That doesn't seem very honorable.
Ask any Ulf, and they'll tell you the whole Theud tribe isn't honourable. Just because they use magic, they'll also call the Volker a bunch of raving lunatics. But while I don't put much stock in prejudice, it does feel wrong.
Rang? Alright, breaking into Yvain's manor feels like a bad idea.
Then don't do it. You could try talking to Anselm first. Maybe he'll take you more seriously. For all I know, he just doesn't like me. He wouldn't be the only one in Cunach, though if that doesn't work, well, maybe it's time to learn how to use a lockpick, eh?
Okay. Big chunk of XP for telling her about the prawn. Alright, let's see, what else we got? Can't do that. Surveillance. Deserter scalps. Silent burden. Okay, so we got one or two quests over this way.
Hello there.
Hello there.
The less attention.
Okay, Anselm.
Ah, there you are.
I'm interested in an old Del Rita tablet that's in Lord Yvain's possession.
Are you now? My, have the paraphernalia of the Dalriata suddenly become fashionable while I wasn't looking? That tablet seems to be gaining in popularity by the day. I told Varel the price, 2,000, and that's final.
You don't care about the curse?
Oh, please. That tablet has been here for ages, and only now it's cursed. What happened to Lady Maeve was tragic, of course, but I highly doubt it had anything to do with some dusty Dalriata artifact. For someone supposedly well-read, Vrel could have come up with a better excuse.
It's not for Vrel, it's for me. I'll give you 1,500 for it.
Oh, very well. Lord Yvain was ready to give it away anyway, but I convinced him otherwise. How would it look if we handed over a part of our treasury just because some Dalriata came here and demanded it? Claiming it was once theirs? What would the people think? We've shown enough weakness with Camelot. We can't afford to show any more. Take the tablet. Do whatever you wish with it. I never want to hear about it again.
Alright, that was an expensive quest, but oh my god, I'm encumbered. Wait, I'm 25 pounds. Oh my god, it's so heavy. What? Hold on. It's freaking 30 pounds. Oh my god. I gotta limp across town now. You suck. Well, chat. We're going to take a nice scenic walk along the town. Enjoy the sights. Got some beautiful art on that wall over there. They really outdid themselves. Men here looking tall and spooky. Don't know what that is. Looks like a tower mid-explosion. I've never really taken the time to notice that before, but I'm taking the time now. There's the queen statue that we got some blessings at. Giant sword in the distance. Don't know what's going on there. Bet you wish you had Blink right now? I don't know. Blink sometimes just drops you through the world.
Look at me, I'm so curvy!
Guess we know who skipped leg day. Tangerine, you're almost in fireball range. You just let me limp toward you for a few more seconds. Really hoping she just takes this tablet and isn't like, oh great, go take it to this camp, blah 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 blah.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. What a beautiful door. Never taken the time to appreciate this door, but right now I am seeing that is a nice door.
Welcome back.
I have your tablet, it's really heavy.
Aye, it would be. Delrida know how to work stone in the most intricate way. But we're also quite fond of grandiosity. I'm afraid I'll have to ask you not to part with it just yet. The stone wardens are waiting for it.
What?
And I can't really be seen lugging it around. But it's far, and you're very strong. You can handle it with no problem. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure Kvor will have a little extra something for you too.
Where are the stone wardens?
Give me your map, and I'll mark their camp. Here's the reward I promised. And I'm sure
Why are you
Kvor-
repeating this? Great, we spent 1,500, got back 300, and a weight problem. Alright. There's a stash right over here. Let me see if I got 30 pounds of stuff I can unload.
Nice to see you.
Holy rip, that's almost 4 years. I was barely an adult 4 years ago.
Oh, they grow so fast. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Put that away. Put those away. Okay, we are not encumbered now. So, progress. Ugh.